There we go.
Love it.
Hi. Hey, Lee.
All right. Why don't we dive into this? Okay, good afternoon. This is the Town Real Estate Assessment Committee meeting. All right, so we are using Zoom for this meeting, which allows for the public to participate in the meeting as an attendee. We can request that members of the public provide their names for the purpose of keeping accurate minutes for the meeting. The attendees will join listening mode, and then they can click to raise their hand. The chair will call on those who have raised their hand or they were raised. All questions should be directed through the chair. As a preliminary matter, this is John Brescher, the chair of the Town Real Estate Assessment Committee. Please permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present. Can you hear me? Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Let's go. Lee Saperstein.
Here.
Jesse Bell.
Here.
Nat Lowell.
Here.
Tom Barata.
Here.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tracy McDonald.
Can you hear me?
We
And
can
now, and Ellis Ramos.
Here.
Thank you. Anticipated speakers on the agenda, please respond in the affirmative. Arthur Reed, I'm guessing you're a one-man show.
I certainly am. One band.
Okay. All right. So this open meeting of the Town Real Estate Assessment Committee is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. For the meeting, the Town Real Estate Assessment Committee is convened by video conference via Zoom, as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. We're going to turn to the first item on the agenda. Let's go over quick ground rules. The chair will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to unmute your phone or computer when speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. And for any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. For items with public comment, after members have spoken, the chair will afford public comment to those members of the public that have joined via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged by and speak through the chair. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Okay, so let's go to... First item on the agenda is let's see, may I have an approval of the agenda as written?
So moved.
Thank you. Motion made. Is there a second? And seconded by Lee. We'll do roll call vote. Nat Lowell.
Aye.
Lee Saperstein.
Aye.
Jesse Bell. I saw your lips move. That's
Jesse, you're on mute. There you go.
and Tom Barata.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye as well. All right. Approval of the minutes from July 15th, 2024 and August 19th, 2024 meetings. Has everyone had a chance to review these meeting minutes?
If no one has any questions, I'll make a motion to approve both sets.
Okay. Motion been made. Is there a second?
Sure.
Second.
Okay, motion been made and second. Not hearing any further discussion on the motion, we'll do roll call vote. Nat Lowell.
Aye.
Lee Saperstein.
Aye.
Tom Barata.
Aye.
Jesse Bell.
Should I abstain since I wasn't at those meetings?
Go for it.
Okay.
And the chair votes aye as well. All right. Tracy,
Okay.
elect a new chairperson.
Yeah, so as you guys may remember, Tom was not official when we elected John as chair. So we have to do a re-election or election again. So
I like the election part, not the re-election part. So, if anyone wants to.
Oh, my God.
John, are you
So-
comfortable being nominated?
Sorry, what was that, Lee?
This is Lee Saperstein. Are you comfortable with a nomination?
I've done it for the last couple of years. I don't mind. I mean,
Doing a great job.
yeah, thanks.
Then we move to nominate John Brescher as chair.
All
Second.
right. Well, it's been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All right, vote or hearing none. Let's we'll do roll call vote on the vote. Lee Saperstein,
Aye.
Nat Lowell,
Aye.
Jesse Bell,
Aye.
Tom Barata.
Aye.
And I'm not sure if I can vote for myself, so,
Exactly.
okay, do
I'm
we need
sure you
to?
can. Haven't you seen presidential candidates stuff in
Hey.
the ballot box?
That's true, that's true. Tracy, do we need to do vice chair or is Nat still vice chair?
I am?
Did we, did,
Did
I
we
don't
even do
know.
that? I don't remember.
I don't think we really
You
even
might have
did
tried to
that.
black that out, but no,
You
no,
just,
no.
you
You're
just
still
can't,
vice.
you just can't miss a meeting, John.
Yes,
That's why
yeah.
that's why we have Zoom and that beautiful
Uh-huh.
trailer. Beautiful trailer. Works great.
Do we want to just do it just in case?
It's fine with me. I mean, oh,
If
you
we
know
did
what?
it that same
You know
day,
what?
then it would be the same issue.
Not to
So,
be this guy. It's not on the agenda.
oh, right. Okay. So that's fine.
Put on the next.
I'll have to go back and look at the notes anyways,
Yeah,
because
that's
it may be that we already have one.
We'll keep our noses clean here.
Okay.
All right. Next up, announcements.
So I am happy to announce that I have Real Estate Specialist 2 starting on February 18th.
Congratulations.
I'm very excited about it. His name is Bob Bostrowski. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing that. He is an attorney from Connecticut. He was practiced for, I don't know, over 30 years at a law firm in Hartford, Connecticut. And he retired about a year ago and has been living on the island. His wife is Kathy Slattery that works at Manicat Marine. And he, was very excited to join our group and I think he'll add some value. And
Definitely.
I have I'm excited to go through my big list next week. I mean, his background is litigation, but I feel like I can divide my list up and have him work on some project-based things that he can add some value to. And we are going to try to get this yard sale thing going. I mean, it's just torture, but together, I think hopefully once I get him up to speed, we can kind of get organized and try to get it moving forward. So next at our next meeting in March, I hope to be bringing Bob in and introducing him in person to everybody. And then the other announcement that I had was I just wanted to make everybody aware that there's I think there's about 8 real estate articles on the warrant. There are no citizen yard sale articles this time, which is, I think, unusual. And probably the most notable is maybe the Tom Nevers Road article, which is just a cleanup piece. And, there's a lot of like grid easements and things like that. Nothing too earth shattering.
Silly question. Lee, you go first, and then I'll say my silly question.
Okay, Tracy, I did glance through the warrant, and there's something there about the Educational Trust wanting to build houses. As Tracy knows, I'm on too many committees, but is that going to impact the bounds to that land?
It should not, Lee, and we can talk about that. I'm going to be at your cemetery commission meeting, so we can talk about that more particularly. But it's it should not. It's
Okay.
the license plan. I can show you guys the license plan, and I'm pretty excited about what they're trying to do. So hopefully we can all make it work.
Okay,
I'm representing them in connection with the project, by the way.
Okay, thanks, Arthur. It's good you're here.
so
here's
Arthur, I'll show you my 8-year-old memo where the cemetery commission asks the town to declare fully and legally that Newtown is a cemetery.
Okay.
so
It's right at
I
the
look-
moment, it's a place where we bury people, but it's not a cemetery.
Look forward to hearing from you about it.
So
Okay.
here's my question for Tracy. Okay. Are either FinCom or Select Board asking us to review these or asking for any input on these as of now?
As of now, no. I just wanted to make you aware that, like I said, they're all pretty straightforward articles, but I'll have to check with Libby. I just realized I'm supposed to be on FinCom today, with Meg Trudell. Now that I don't think I got an invite.
What's that?
She's handling it. But anyway, so, I have a meeting with Libby on Thursday, and I'm going to go through this and find out if I'm supposed to be on a future meeting about the real estate articles.
Okay, well, I mean, sort of, we are on call for our, respective
Exactly.
meetings, so I
We-
imagine if they're looking for comments, we have.
We can do it in March. Yep.
Okay, cool. Anything else with announcements?
Nope, that was my only two.
Fantastic. All right, next up is public comment. Seeing as do we have any other members of the public waiting room or on here or anything? Assuming not, then I assume Arthur would rather chat about 3 Massaquoi than anything else in public comment. So why don't we move over to real estate matters? Tracy, you want to start us on 3 Massaquoi?
I will. Jesse, are you going to recuse?
Yeah, I guess I wasn't sure because I think the easement has been conveyed to the land bank, or that land bank portion is already kind of done, right? So I don't think there's a conflict on this.
Yeah, I don't think there's a conflict. I was just thinking about that earlier, and the deal with the land bank was completed and done, and what we're doing right now has absolutely no bearing upon the land bank's position.
Okay, as long as you're comfortable with it, then, Arthur, reached out to me for a consent, to, sell. I'm gonna let him explain it better, but to sell one portion of one lot to another portion, and they all make up, portions of yard sale lots. So I'm gonna let him, I included his narrative in your packet and the plans, and I'm going to let Arthur take it over and explain it. That's because it's kind of complicated.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. What we're dealing with here is the property at 3 Massaquoi Avenue, which actually I represented the former owner a year or so ago when it was sold to the trust that owns it at the present time. And that was, the people who were buying it were contemplating splitting the property in the fashion that's discussed here. Because there is the provision in the deeds from the town on the yard sale parcels that comprise part of this, we technically need to have permission from the select board in order to complete the transfer. But what is going on here is that the property at 3 Massaquoi, which contained about 126,000 square feet in Lug 2 zoning, so 80,000 square foot minimum lot size, has been divided by this plan, which I don't know whether, Tracy, do you have the ability to put up the plan on the
And on that here, let me see. Here we go. So there's the narrative. So here's the GIS, just so you can see it from that view. And then which plan did you want, Arthur?
That's the one that
Okay.
that will do it. My clients, who I'm now representing, who now own the property, have divided the property into lots 1 and 2. Lot 1 will be an 80,001 actually square foot lot, complying with zoning, which will be a separate building lot. The existing building on there, which is shown, is going to be removed, and that's going to be the separate lot. Whereas lot 2, which is 48,627 square feet, and therefore non-compliant with the minimum lot area in Lug 2 zoning, is going to be conveyed to the owner of 7 Massaquoi, which is immediately to the east. You can see the reference on the plan to the adjacent lot, which isn't depicted in full. That's an approximately 40,000 square foot lot adjacent to it. The zoning line runs between this property and the land to the east, so that we're adding the 48,000 square foot lot to the 40,000 square foot lot to the east, which will be merged together as a single parcel. Lot 2 could not be a separate lot. It could only be because it's undersized in and of itself. It could only be part of the 3 Mascot property as it is now, or merged with 7 Mascot. And what will happen after the conveyance takes place is that we merged with 7 Mascot, which will be a conforming lot as merged. And lot 1 will be a conforming lot as merged. At the present time, the 7 Mascot property is a separate lot. 3 Mascot is a separate lot. At the end of the day, you're exactly the same number of building lots that you do at the present time. You're really just moving the lot line in between. But because of the fact that portions of the property that are being transferred is lot 2, namely a portion along the easterly boundary and a portion up in the northwesterly area, and those are shown by dashed lines on the plan. Because of that, it needs the permission of the planning board, of the select board, in order to be completed. It's already been endorsed by the planning board. I think that covers it. Subject to any questions or anything that anybody may have.
Thank you, Arthur. Board members, I'll also just sort of remind everyone, or I'll let folks know, this doesn't come across our desk very often. I don't think it comes across the select board's desk often as well. There are provisions in those deeds that require that, there is no further subdivision unless it's sort of approved by planning and select board. I recency bias and whatnot. I really don't recall the last time we actually had one of these to look at. As I said, they don't come up very often. So any questions from board members at this time?
John, this is Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Arthur, just points of clarification. The detailed plot plans show parcels A and B between. Do they belong respectively to the 2 parties?
Parcel A along the easterly side,
Right.
is now part of that's been merged into the 3 Mascot property.
Okay, and
And
then
the northerly
parcels
half
B?
of that, which is now part of lot 2, will be included in the conveyance.
Okay,
Then when you go up to the north and you see lot B, the same applies to that. That's been merged into the 3 Mascot property, now divided between lot 1 and lot 2 in the division of the 3 Mascot property, and will be a portion of it will remain within lot 1, which is not being conveyed, but the portion that is within lot 2 will be conveyed as part of lot 2 to the owner of 7 Mascot.
Arthur, can I make one editorial suggestion? That it may behoove you, given the number of yard sale parcels that are involved in this, to have somebody do a perimeter plan at the very end as well. That hasn't been done. But
Yeah.
I know you're merging them, but just in terms of for legal description purposes, it
Yeah.
may,
And also clarity.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
It's taken me this
what
entire
it's worth.
meeting to figure this out, just so you know, so far.
I'm not sure what you're looking for by way of a, you mean a plan that would depict a
Yeah.
perimeter of,
Wow.
7.
Of what
What
seven
7's
is,
gonna look like.
yeah, exactly.
okay,
I don't see this being a condition of approval by any means, but I think just for sort of clearing, easy to spend other people's money, but for clearing things up to make life easier in the future, it may behoove them to have one done.
by the way, there's no reason to have a recordable plan done. There never is really in connection with these things.
I don't disagree.
I always, and by the way, I've seen the trap blade in which someone has had a plan drawn, but didn't do a lot merger covenant.
Yeah.
so the next time a conveyance came up, everybody forgot about the fact that there was a new plan. And the parcel was conveyed without the adjacent land. Whereas if you do a lot merger covenant in doing the title, that's immediately going to pop up on the title. So I think that doing the perimeter plan as the final stage of a lot merger actually lays a trap rather than providing any kind of benefit.
So,
Not to say that you can't do it.
Yeah,
I
no, I
would
get it.
never, I would never do it without a lot merger covenant also being put up.
I agree with that. Yep.
so just two more actually connected detailed questions. Lot 1, after everything's done, how do you get onto it? Where is
From
the,
Pochek.
Yeah,
oh, it'll be Pochek. Okay,
Makes sense.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
My client actually over the weekend said, by the way, I'm not going to have any access to Massaquoi anymore. I assume I'll get a Pochek address. Can you take care of that? And I said, yeah, we'll contact the assessor as soon as the conveyance takes place. And since there is no 2 Pochek and 4 is right next to it to the
Yeah.
east, I think $1 will get you a donut that it's going to be 2
There you
Pochek.
go. Easy.
Okay, well, that, Arthur, pretty much eliminates the second question, but
yeah,
just so there's no mystery, Lot 1, if it was to enter off to, I think, to the south, no, to the north, would be described as a pork chop lot in some of the communities in which I live. But since entrance will be through the broad, presumably zoning compliant boundary, I don't see this as a problem.
Any other comments or questions from board members on this?
Oh.
So I don't either. I think this is all fine. As sort of a procedural matter, Tracy, what is the select board looking for us? Just a recommendation that they can bless the subdivision?
Yep, so they would be doing a consent. So it would be a recommendation for them to consent to the conveyance and merger of
Okay.
one lot to the other, whatever. I gotta put my plan up here.
Okay.
yeah. There you go.
I've prepared a form for the select board
Saw
to
that.
execute, subject obviously to any changes that they or Tracy may want to make to it. You have it as a Word document, so if you want any changes made, that can be done. But it's there. So just to recapitulate about the plan issue for a second, what I can do would be to go to the surveyor and have them draft a plan, not a recordable plan, because I see no need for that, but a plan that will depict at the end of the day what we have in the merger of Lot 2 with the 7 Massaquoi parcel and also the perimeter of Lot 1.
So you could maybe call that a concept plan, maybe something like that.
Sketch plan, yeah.
Sketch plans, concept plan.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend your client's money any more than they have to. I think it just given the various intricacies of this and the change in the zoning districts and the yard sale parcels, it may not be a bad idea. If they say, oh, well, we know what we have, we don't need it, okay, but just mentioning it as a potential idea.
And John, just one more detail.
Go ahead.
With, even if it's just a sketch plan with a Sharpie around the edges, it'll help Nathan Porter revise the town's GIS.
Very true.
Okay.
Okay, any other comments or questions from board members?
Just one quick question for Arthur. Arthur,
Yeah.
what is the reason, not that it really matters, but I'm sure there's a reason why it's the Lot 1 is going to be right at 80,000 when we have all this dirt to move around. Is that because of the existing access going away? I'm just curious.
Well,
as to what-
the
That's,
point
they're
was,
kind of
to-
making it a brand new piece of land by removing that house and the different access, so I'm just curious.
well, the whole point of it was to get the minimum lot area of 80,000 square feet.
Well, yeah,
What happened here is that the owner of, who's going to wind up with lot 1,
okay,
and the owner of 7 Massaquoi went in on this deal together and
Yeah.
bought the property in a trust of which they're the beneficiaries. And the whole idea was for the owner of 7 Massaquoi to get not an additional building lot, but more ground cover.
Yeah.
Being able to get this piece so that he could, add the ground cover that would generate the project that he wants to do on
Yeah.
on 7 Massaquoi. Obviously, that ground cover would have been available for the whole 3 Massaquoi parcel, so that's being taken away from that and
Yeah.
lot 1 and being added to the lot over next door, which I think is another lot too, isn't it? It makes things a little confusing.
no, this is, this kind of thing, we did something like this in Shimmer last year, moved some lot lines around because of wetlands and ground cover shifting. It wasn't adding any development, it was shifting ground cover from one lot to the other because one ended up with less and all that kind of stuff. So I
Right.
had a feeling it had something to do with something like that. It's just, it's easy for me to see the benefit. It's just, when this area has so many roads and so much 125-year-old stuff mixed in, that even though this looks really complicated, it's actually a great outcome. It's just looks confusing, but it's because of the old paper streets and all the different moving parts that make this area up out there. So I'm good with it. I think it's great. I think you just do it, just John's suggestion, I think, is for clarity for anybody with questions at the select board meeting.
Thank you, Ned. Any other comments from board members?
Say-
All right, any members of the public other than Arthur on here?
Can I ask- can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. I just wanted to say, or ask as a new board member,
Yeah.
so we're supposed to be analyzing these like in the public interest, right? Town public, is that what we're expected to be doing?
I wish you hadn't asked that question. I'm not really sure what our role in terms of analyzing this is. I think we're analyzing this as a recommendation to the select board in making sure that what is being done is proper. I don't know about that we have to look at this from the vantage point of public interest necessarily, or just that what we need to do.
I would think that the part of your function on this would be to make sure that I'm not pulling a fast one on the town.
Yep.
I think that's more.
Not what I would think of doing
Yeah, I
such a
think that's
thing,
right.
know.
And we're second set of eyes.
Arthur, I'll be a little more gentle. The select board's very busy. And this way they're reassured that somebody's actually looked at the plan before they vote on it.
And Jesse, I think you may remember this, maybe not. The big concern for years has been that the select board wants to ensure that there are no new buildable lots created out of the yard sale program. And I think this is our review to say, okay, they're conveying property, but it's being merged, so at the end of the day, there is still the same number of buildable lots. I think that's.
And also to make sure that we don't lose any paths that go through.
Yes,
yard sale lines or paper streets or any access like that. Or
Right.
if there's a need that the town may, in the future of 20 or 30 years, be, in need of the property, i.e. receding coastline where a paper street might be needed to access property.
right. And I'm not sure that's and Tom, that's absolutely right for all the paper street conveyances. In this one, I'm not sure that's applicable since everything's already been conveyed and they're just,
Oh, no, I'm not
It's
saying
just-
on this one. I was
Yeah,
just saying in
got it.
general.
Yep.
She was asking in general, so.
right,
Yeah.
and right you are, absolutely.
Because I was just gonna say, there's that trail system, you see the land bank on the, I guess it's the west there. So that's the old railroad.
Yep.
Parcel, and I feel like, so that was already accomplished because we created an additional, public access through easement off of Massaquit to that trail system, and there's also an access on Pochick, so I feel like that's the main public interest to be served here, and everything else, I agree that the plan looks a little complicated, and it would be great to see a little bit of a simplified version of what the final outcome would be, but otherwise, those are my thoughts.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness? No? All right. All right. Hearing that, I guess what we're looking for then is a motion. That we,
Motion to approve.
okay.
Second.
Motion made by Tom, seconded by Nat. Any further discussion on the motion? All right, hearing none, we'll do roll call vote. Tom Barata,
Aye.
Nat Lowell,
Aye.
Jesse Bell,
Aye.
and the chair, John Brescher, votes aye as well.
Hey, Lee Saperstein's here and
And Lee, I'm
he,
sorry,
Hey.
Lee Saperstein. I'm
Lee.
looking right at you. I'm sorry.
Lee's the only one in the building and no one remembers him.
Because you're not on Zoom.
Believable.
So you are on Zoom. Okay, sorry about that, Lee. Okay, so the vote is unanimously in favor, thanks to Lee. Okay, so that takes us to other
Thank
business.
you very much, by the way.
Oh,
You're
thank you,
welcome.
Arthur.
Thank you, Arthur.
Okay, that takes us to other business. We have anything for other business?
You mean, oh yeah, there we go.
Do we know, actually, I got something for other business that we probably may want to consider on here, maybe not. Are we gonna have a March meeting?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
All right, then we'll,
Good.
Do you want to have a March meeting? We
Sure.
seem to be doing every other month, but
I mean, I think, knowing that yard sale's on pause until Christie's back in April. I mean, Tracy, I'll leave it to you to see if select board or FinCom is looking for any.
I think that would be what we would do in March if
Oh.
it is. I think other than that, what I plan to have on the agenda in March for select board are two matters that got pushed from December.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to work on that, getting that stuff done. That stuff you've already approved.
Okay.
And then, so you already approved those two matters back in December, but they got postponed. So, and then in April, I do expect to probably have things on April.
Makes sense. Okay, well, if you need us for March, we're around. If not, no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right, with that in mind, then, may I have a motion to adjourn?
sure, Lee, adjourn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Second.
we'll do roll call vote. Motion made and seconded. Lee Saperstein,
Aye.
Nat Lowell,
Aye.
Jesse Bell,
Aye.
Tom Barata.
Aye.
The chair votes aye as well. All right.
Fabulous. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
everyone.
you, Tracy. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Have a good one, gang.
Thank
Alice.
you.
Jerry, bye. I'll let you.
Oh.
Let me just get off this minute. Sorry, they're calling me from the hospital and I'm waiting for it. But